Hey guys, this is Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under, and today we're going to be talking about how Counter-Strike Global Offensive has finally gone free to play. Now for a lot of people this may come as a bit of a surprise, but given how many people already have CSGO and how much Valve makes off keys and skins, it makes sense to open up the game since they could make more money with a lot of people potentially buying cases than a handful of new people buying the game. I personally didn't expect this announcement to happen this year, but with the release of a Battle Royale mode as well, it makes perfect sense and it's showing, with the daily peak rising by 300,000 players. Now a lot of people are actually quite upset by this update, and I feel like their criticism is not necessarily wrong, just misinformed. Firstly, when it comes to the whole, the game is now free to play, so there will be more hackers, that's just a fact of life for free to play games. But with Trust Factor, Overwatch, Valve Anti-Cheat and Prime, I have confidence that CSGO will be the least hacker infested of the free-to-play first-person shooter games you can go and play today. Out of all the prevention measures I just talked about, the most important one right now is Prime status, as it directly relates to you being a free-to-play or a paid user. The Prime status is a different matchmaking queue that is only available to players that buy the game or grind their account level to level 21, which takes quite a long time. Now you can see why people might be a little bit upset, because in the free-to-play queue it could be the wild wild west of hackers, but then in the paid queue it could be hacker-free heaven. Now realistically it's not going to be such a clean split. People will go and hack on their main account, they'll go and rise through the ranks, and then sometimes they'll hop to a new clean account to go and have some quote-unquote fun. Regardless, Valve has to go and keep on top of their anti-cheat, patching it as soon as these hacks come out. Otherwise, it could go and turn into a bit of a hacker-infested game, as we've gone and seen with other free-to-play first-person shooters like Combat Arms, AVA, Crossfire, Operation 7, and so on. Now obviously, it's not a perfect situation, but in my opinion, the benefits of going free-to-play far outweigh the negatives, for many reasons. Now if you guys have just clicked on this video and don't know what my channel is about, thank you for clicking on the video by the way, we go and have a look at free-to-play first-person shooters on this channel. A very niche market, but I've been playing these games for many years. Now, over the time of playing these games, I've gone and realized that the majority of the titles are lacking in some way, be it graphics, gameplay, weapon balance, server performance, monetization, etc. But in comparison, CSGO, it's a top tier and well-rounded game, and this just doesn't come by. Amazing gameplay, great graphics, a large player base, and an insane esports scene is merely the top of the iceberg, along with a lack of pay to win, and in nearly every other aspect, CSGO goes and smashes its now free-to-play competitors. For my yearly list where I go and rank the top free-to-play FPS games, with the next edition coming out next week by the way, so subscribe for that, even the number one game comes with many flaws. For the last year or so, that game has been Black Squad, which many people have known as a poor man's CSGO clone. So it's a no-nonsense decision to go and wholeheartedly recommend CSGO now as the FPS game to go and play if you have no change. This is really important because FPS finally has a top tier title that goes and costs nothing. MOBA has Dota 2 and League, Battle Royale has Ring of Asylum and Fortnite, RPG has Path of Exile and Warframe, and now FPS has CSGO. It's fantastic. Finally, you could just go and download a really good free-to-play FPS game and have basically no complaints. The game is very much polished, and yes, there's issues here and there, but compared to the other titles, those issues are minuscule. So with the free-to-play release itself, I'm really excited. It does have a negative side, but the positives far outweighed it. And what Valve has gone and done, as you guys probably know, is bundled this free-to-play announcement with a Battle Royale mode. Now, I haven't gone and played enough of this mode to go and establish a full first impression, but I do go and like the idea of it, but the execution can be a little bit better. It focuses on fast-paced and short matches on a small but detailed map, and this is a great start, along with the dynamic zone element. The ability to purchase weapons and gear with cash is a great twist as well, but it just feels like the weapon spawn rate is a bit too low, and that it might be a bit too much downtime. Overall, it just isn't as fun as I hoped it'd be. However, with continued patches, I think it will be a solid addition to Counter-Strike in the very near future. But in the end, it's just an extra mode. It's never going to replace what CS truly is, and that's the classic bomb diffuser mode, the community matches, etc, etc. This is simply just an addition that you can go and play with your friends or solo, but it's not going to replace what Counter-Strike Global Offensive is, and that's absolutely fantastic. So yes, Valve is using free-to-play and Battle Royale as a vehicle to go and get more people to play the game. But when people go and realize that the Battle Royale isn't the be-all and end-all of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, they'll hop over to the actual modes and start playing that, and then the player base of those modes will go and grow and grow and grow, along with the free-to-play announcement for the many, many years to come. I've seen that a lot of people angry at Valve because, oh, they caved into Battle Royale and they made it free to play, oh, what are they going and doing? But they're looking at this from the salty veteran perspective. I'm going to be completely blunt. Think of the positives, because the positives outweigh the negatives. When it comes to Battle Royale, just don't play if it's not your cup of tea. More people are going to go and come in, that's good. Growing player base. Free to play, growing that player base even more, because with more people playing Counter-Strike, that means more attention needs to be put towards this game. More updates, more bug fixes, more server optimizations, more skins, etc, etc, more content across the board. And so, with more people playing, Valve has to go and give a bit more of a shit about this game, and that overall is great for the community as a whole. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to go and hit the like button. Make sure to go and subscribe as well. But other than that, it's Undercover Dudes all the way from Down Under. Out.